What up, y'all? DCFAYGOGUY. Today, we are going to be reviewing Lyte's brand new album, Metamorphasis. This shit dropped a week ago. I got it actually on Thursday last week. I didn't get it on Friday, which was super fucking dope because they were a little late putting it on digital streaming platforms. So actually, the morning of release, when I'd seen it wasn't on Apple Music, I rushed in here and I uploaded it real quick because I wanted to jump into this album as soon as I fucking got it, because I've been hyped for this fucking album for a long time. You know, I've made a few videos talking about Lyte, you know, where he's been, what's going on with him, shit like that. And that's actually some subject matter on this album. It's absolutely fucking dope. I love this fucking album, first of all. Yeah. Released independently through Monstar, for everybody who's wondering, is this a psychopathic release? What I don't know, and I want to take a look on the inside when we jump into the inside at some of the credits to see like where things were recorded. I believe like a lot of it was recorded at Hypnotic Sound Studios, which if you don't know is Straight Jacket Studio, which Straight Jacket is the fucking shit. One of the things on this album that I loved was Straight Jacket jumping on a track. Because as far as I know, he hasn't really, I mean, he did a hook for the Paradigm Shift, not Paradigm Shift, I apologize. When Double Dragon did their deluxe version and it came with a remix of Hello, which is off of Paradigm Shift, he did the hook for that, but he didn't technically have a verse, whereas in this album, he put out a verse. And to my knowledge, and I could be wrong, I believe that's the first like verse he's dropped since his album Closure. I guarantee I'm wrong on that, but I think so. Like, I think he went into fucking producer and engineer mode. And I assume not long after that is when he linked up with ICP and started to be their in-house engineer. I could be wrong. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Closure came out back in like 2016, 2015. So that's probably inaccurate info as a motherfucker. But let's talk about Lyte. This is Metamorphasis. That is the front. Obviously, this is not Broke But Still Shining. Right, that's the name of the album that was supposed to be, right? Broke But Still Shining. I said it in my my reaction to Take Control. I'm glad that this was the direction. Metamorphosis. The theme of this album I fuck with. I love it. We'll talk about it a little bit more when we get into the tracks, but I'm glad this was the direction Lyte went with instead of Broke But Still Shining. If he is still planning, and I thought I had heard or seen where he is still planning to do that project, I would actually love to see it just titled Still Shining. Because I guess I don't like the title Broke But Still Shining. I don't know what it is about the title. I'm not a huge fan of it. The artwork for that album was looking dope, which, you know, obviously he could still use that for Still Shining if that was the way he was going to name it. But he did reveal artwork for what was supposed to be Broke But Still Shining. But yeah, I'm glad he went with this direction because, you know, this is a metamorphosis of him going, you know, independent. And I like it. I fuck with it. And the title track, which I'm just gonna fucking say it, is my favorite track. I fuck with so much. You know, the hook talking about when you hear me now, I become every doubt you've ever had in me. Like, bro, I've had people fucking doubt who I would be today. Like they just for whatever reason assumed I was gonna be a shitty human being, I guess. And I fucking metamorphosized into every doubt they ever had in me. And look at where I'm fucking at. I fucked with that meaning so much. You know, when you see me now, I'll be more than what you thought I'd be. Yo, I fuck with that song. Let's jump into this though. I'm getting fucking hype. I love this. I'm getting chills. Y'all can't fucking see. It's kind of cold though. It's a colder day in Indiana today. We open her up. There you have the Monstar logo there. Here's some of your song credits. We'll open her up. This is a digipack. You know, I've expressed dislike for digipacks, but I also understand, you know, I understand why artists use digipacks. So it's got all your song credits in there with the disc art, or with the disc and the disc art, which is like fucking flowers and shit. It's dope. Pop this motherfucker off of there. There you have Lyte chilling behind the disc. Some dope shit here. Yeah. So like I said, I wanted to take a look at where a lot of this. Okay, so there is, Yeah, I see Change You. Hang on, stop a second. Hang on a second. I'm not going to go over those yet. It doesn't say. Okay. Shed Quarters, I'm assuming, is Lyte's in-house studio. And then obviously there's there's a couple tracks so far. One. Yeah, I'm seeing one track here that was actually produced in the Lotus Pod. So I don't know if that was Psychopathic Days, or, you know, if he just, because obviously they've sold the studio, they've sold the old headquarters, so they don't even have the Lotus Pod anymore. It doesn't exist anymore. But yeah, there's only one track that was produced or recorded at the Lotus Pod. So I don't know if that was Psychopathic Times or Psychopathic Days, and that was a track that was meant to be on Broke But Still Shining. I feel like it because knowing the song, which we'll jump into that in just a second here. It's in my top 5 of the tracks on this album. But that to me would fit the theme of the album Broke But Still Shining. So we will close her up. We'll flip it around to the back with the track list. Bars, XXX.
The monsters in the game, no more sitting on them benches. Nope. And yeah, I got the bone, but you the one that fetches. The money getting long, I'ma show you how it stretches. And I bet this hurt.
You might know
About my past, so kiss my ass, cause it made me who I am today. Every day I'm mad to see I grind in a rampage. Your dreams you can't chase, everybody telling me
Problem.
I'm a problem. You gon' see. I'm a problem, boy, I be with the shits. They wanna figure me out like arithmetic. So when I pull up on them niggas quick to split. When I
Sunshine.
Are you here with me? We don't need no sympathy or free charity.
Rainbow chasing rainbows, but I only need tornadoes when I know.
Flame.
Nothing can help clean the guilt. This is how my team is built. He needs some milk. My shit flame. My shit flame. We not the same, we can't hang. My shit flame. My shit flame.
Take Control.
Popping the bottle and drowning in the bottom of prescription medicine.
Change You.
But how do you figure a bigger we all equal? Bitches been raw for all the small people. They didn't give a fuck, I was stuck in the rut. And the almighty book is the root of all evil. If the money don't change you,
Light It Up.
Find me floating by on cloud 9. That's a sign that I'm getting higher. Woke up Sunday morning like Jesus. I can smell the crime bomb aroma.
Level.
you ain't on our level, and you ain't in our bracket. And we be making noise while you be causing racket. We making noise, motherfucker, my whole team boom. And you ain't never
Cut Like That.
We ain't never gave a fuck, we gon' walk right back. I've been in G since 6th grade, and I've been in ditch laid out, cause you pitch shade. Listen, you just bitch made, have you twitching on Twitch.
Outlaw.
So listen here, boy, if I said it, I meant it. Cause I'm a firm believer in that First Amendment.
Mind Back Right.
Bitches, I'm making a mockery of. What's wrong with him? It's gotta be drugs. What's wrong with him? The reason he's acting like this is probably cause no, I'm not fine, my mind, I lost it.
We Got That.
We got that real trust us against the world until it kills us.
We got that loyal bond, we got that crazy love, and she gon' hold me down.
Stay in Your Lane.
What it takes, fuck your fakes, pump your brakes, let the real ones
Cause I'm sick of these dick riders crossing lines cause you trying to be insiders. But the fact is that the whole road's mine.
And Metamorphasis.
I'll be so much more than what you thought I'd be.
Got an angel and a demon in my ear, and I don't know who to take advice from, and it's all becoming so crystal clear that I'm.
Now, like I said, this album fucking dope. Absolutely fucking love this. Front to back, I can listen to it. I love this shit. It was well worth the wait for me. I know there's a lot of people out there that weren't really feeling Lyte. I don't know if that's because like of how big Tech Nine's become and the chopper style. They've kind of like, they've kind of pushed away from it. Maybe, I don't know. But I thought Lyte was dope when he was with Psychopathic. I love Psychopathic Monstar. Let me say this. Metamorphasis fucking destroys Psychopathic Monstar. Psychopathic Monstar is a great fucking album. It's very like motivational for me. During a certain period of time in my life after that album came out, I used that to hit the fucking treadmill and just like motivate me. So, that album was fucking great to me. This album's amazing. I think this album is super dope. And looking at the track list, when I was looking through those credits, seeing that there was only one song potentially recorded while he was still with Psychopathic Records tells me that, like, he can do this. Any doubts anybody has that he's not going to be big without Psychopathic, he destroyed him. You know what I mean? He metamorphosized into the doubts that people probably had with that. If people had those doubts, I don't know. I haven't seen a whole lot of naysayers. So, but yeah, going through this track list, my standout tracks, I try to give 5. So, without putting them in any particular order, because like I said, they're just my top 5. Sunshine is 1. Change You is 1. Outlaw is 1. We Got That is 1. And my favorite track is Metamorphasis. Like I said, I fuck with the meaning behind Metamorphasis. I fucking felt that shit for real. Outlaw is another great one. I haven't done it yet. I need to put a post on Instagram, and potentially Twitter. But I realized something. There's been a lot of Outlaw tracks put out, and every single one of them I fuck with. But I want to put a little poll out there on who you think did it the best. Obviously, Boondocks has done one. Axe Murder Boys did one on the DJ Clay Let 'Em Bleed mixtape volume 4. Clash just dropped This Is Revenge, and he had a song called Outlaw. And then we have Lyte doing Outlaw. All 4 of them are fucking fire. But I want to put a poll out there just to see what everybody think, who did it the best. That sentence didn't make any sense. But Change You I really like. The auto-tune fucked with me a little bit. Like the beginning, you have that effect. It's like the chipmunk effect is what I'll call it. Like the pitch was raised, so he sounded really high pitched like a chipmunk. They did that at the beginning and they did it at the end. And then during the chorus, you have Lyte's voice, and you can hear it's his voice. It's just pitched up. I feel like if they would have just done that for the whole thing, like had Lyte's voice where you could hear it's actually him, but it's pitched up, I would have liked that better. The chipmunk voice doesn't kill it for me. But I do wish it would have been done differently. But all in all, I like it. I like the meaning of that song. If money doesn't change you, it'll change the ones around you. Because you have, you start to see success, and you have people that are like hitting you up. They fucking motherfuckers that wouldn't have nothing to do with you while you were broke. Suddenly they want you all. You know what I mean? They want all of you. Yeah, I don't even know what the fuck I'm trying to say. But you know what I mean? Like, you start to fucking make it famous. You start to make some money, and suddenly people are there like, "Yo, man, we were homies, right? We're cool, right?" Whereas before, when you didn't have that, they were like, "Yo, fuck you." So I stand behind the meaning of that song, and that was actually the song I was talking about that was recorded at the Lotus Pod. So that to me fits the theme of Broke But Still Shining. So I feel like maybe that was the one song recorded while Lyte was still with Psychopathic Records. I don't know. Where everything was recorded was one Shed Quarters. I'm assuming that's Lyte's in-house studio. And then obviously they did some, like, looking here through all this, recorded at. Actually, it looks like recorded at Shed Quarters and Hypnotic Sound Studios. It looks like, actually re-looking through this was all recorded at Shed Quarters. With, Metamorphasis and Cut Like That also being recorded at Hypnotic Sound Studios, and then Change You obviously being recorded at the Lotus Pod. Everything else was recorded at Shed Quarters. And I'm assuming, again, that is Lyte's, like, a little in-house studio. So that shit's dope. Going back over my favorite tracks, so obviously I like Change You. Sunshine, I fucking love it. When I first heard it, I was like, wait a minute. Is that Jelly Roll? I had to go look, and I remembered, I was like, wait a minute, Jelly Roll wasn't even on the album. That's Aunt G, which, if I remember correctly, Aunt G, didn't he do the hook for Satellite by ICP? But I really enjoyed that song a lot. I fucking vibe with it. Obviously, I like Outlaw. I don't know what it is about it. I just really like it. I can't help but sing along and like just feel good. I'm an outlaw. I just like it. We Got That's great. That track, it's a rock track. It just works so well. Lyte's voice over that singing, and for people who, don't really listen to Lyte, maybe the fast rapping is what kind of puts you off to him. There's not every single song is him rapping fast. He slows it down. Like, listen to the song Cut Like That. Man, he's dropping bars and he's not doing it fast. I'll fuck with it. I do want to talk about Stay in Your Lane a little bit. I know in the past I've normally said that I don't care for like posse cuts, posse tracks. This one worked really well. A lot of what it is with posse tracks that I don't like is when there's not a chorus to kind of break it up. When you go from this rapper to 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 this rapper, and it's not really cohesive, that's kind of what turns me off a little bit, because you're jumping from this to this to this, and to me the styles are changing so much. That's what kind of fucks with me a little bit on posse tracks. But I like Stay in Your Lane. Big Hoodoo and ABK are on here. And again, I don't know how much of this was recorded during what time period, but this is probably going to be the last time we hear the Have-Nots, which is, obviously Big Hoodoo and ABK. ABK's been doing some work with Magic Ninja Entertainment. Obviously, he was on the Eastside Ninjas record, and we know how it is these days. If you fuck with Magic Ninja Entertainment, psychopathic affiliates are usually kind of, I'm assuming, thrown into the ultimatum of, if you fuck with them, we ain't fucking with you, which fucking sucks, because like, to be able to do music with whomever you want to, regardless of fucking labels, it just sucks. It fucking sucks. But I had that thought of, this may very well potentially be the last time we hear any kind of Have-Nots, and it felt so good. It sounded so good to hear ABK and Big Hoodoo together like that. And speaking about the whole divide and all that shit, if you guys have listened to this album and you really didn't pay attention to DJ Clay's verse, listen to what he's saying. Now, I'm not trying to say what he is saying, but I'm telling you what I'm interpreting from it. What could he be talking about? That was my takeaway from his verse. Know what I mean? That's all I got to say about that. But, fucking Stay in Your Lane was just chunked full of motherfuckers spitting. Buckshot was in there. Nydia of Project Born was in there. Big Hoodoo, ABK, DJ Clay, Bambetta, which I know he did a track with Big Hoodoo for the Red Book. But I'm not familiar with him. Obviously, he had Aunt G in there, and I'm assuming Aunt G did the chorus. And then, of course, Kung Fu Vampire. I want to see more fucking Lyte and Kung Fu Vampire. I would actually like to see, because I know Kung Fu Vampire has stated that his favorite psychopathic artist was Big Hoodoo. I'd like to see him do some shit with Big Hoodoo and Lyte. Maybe projects. Whether it be tracks or full-on EPs with each other, I would love to see that happen. Because, obviously Kung Fu Vampire kills it. Big Hoodoo kills it. Lyte kills it. Hey, yo. The three of them together. Obviously we have Cabal the Watchers, which is, Loki, Mr. Gray, and Buckshot. What if there's another Cabal that exists out there, but they're not the Watchers, they're the Whisperers, and they are Big Hoodoo, Kung Fu Vampire, and Lyte. Buckshot, if you're listening, make it happen. But yeah, I fucking love this album. Like I said, fucking solid. I think it was worth the wait. Hopefully we don't have to wait so long for the next project. Lyte, if you're watching, I would love to see some more shit, because you fucking kill it, my guy. But I also understand why you took your hiatus. I totally get it. I've taken hiatuses here on YouTube because, to me it was like, I didn't want this to be like a job. This is all passion for me. So I've taken time off myself. So I get it. So, but yeah, if you guys have listened to Metamorphasis, tell me down below what your favorite tracks are. What is your favorite track? And if you're not fucking with the album, why? Tell us why in the comments down below. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time.